Canada, the World Champion, is only the claiming victim. We haven't even reached the lane yet. After a meeting of Montreal, the lane is coming. Every corner is a gamble on these interns. But the real story, Miyata just out-qualified the world champion. This is our Canada long plan. After the good performances at Montreal, get the top 5 we are expecting form to continue normally. The Canada long plan, a true play of testing limit with many flowing stuff. Will Piastri run with his best dominant form, or will Lando or Newty join party? A lot to question about our team with Russell on downward form. What the Canada qualifier got in store for us? As we now running around the Canada qualifier, third run started. But unfortunately, we have been struggling quite a bit with the car on the track, and it's just not been very good for us going so far. Man, please be good. Oh, that's it. As you can see, we have not managed to crack inside top 10, and that is not going to help us out. And we've been told by our engineer, our teammate is doing much better in the qualifier than us. Oh my god, no improvement. As you can see, no improvement, so we are tracking on to our final run for the Canadian qualifier track bit coming out. We are now at risk of being slowed down, so what can we do as we manage to improve the purple sector in number 1, passing Bearman only, cutting it really close, and getting the slipstream of Nicolas Tolov, with not helping us out whatsoever. But into the World Champion, we still managed to be okay, and we put in a very good P5. The Piastri on the pole for today's long point with Bordeaux second, Charles Leclerc third, and Miyata once again has out-qualified George Russell. He is the player, Bearman, and double Ferrari down being 16. Wow. Let's find out what Canadian long plan got in store for us.
So with the race not far away from starting, here's what today's grid rundown looks like. Oscar Piastri lines up on pole position, and Gabriel Bortoleto completes the front row. Considering the rest of the grid, we have Leclerc, Tsunoda, Lando Norris, and Antonelli, Ocon, Doohan, Miyata, and Franco Colapinto, Russell, Crawford, Richard Verschoor, and Hadjar, Bearman, Sainz, Taylor Barnard, and Liam Lawson, Maloney, Tramnitz, Soloff, and Matthias Zagazzetta rounds off the grid.
Okay, here we go. I know what you can do. Don't let me down.
As I've sorted the strategy play, we are locked in with medium and hopefully finishing on a hard tyre. I don't think they're coming down. I think it's gonna be similar scenario with what happened in the Japanese long plan. That's what I think it's gonna be. So let's see how we do for this Canadian long plan.
Rain is forecast in just over 10 minutes time. Rain in 10 minutes.
But wait a minute, 10 minutes? That information would have been nice for me at the beginning, so I should have maybe put shot tire on or something. But they come in 10 minutes. What? Well, we're now lining up to the road. With the rain potentially coming in 10 minutes. We have to see what happened with that one for sure. So let's find out, shall we?
Superb parking there, mate. Let's make sure we get the edge on the surrounding drivers as the lights go out.
Alright, here we
go.
go.
So that's the rest of the grid forming up now. Be patient and watch for those lights.
As we now waiting for the Canada long plan to go underway with the Piastri going out on the lead of the race. Absolutely fantastic start for this Australian with Charles Leclerc and Bortoleto going side by side. along with Yuki Tsunoda and Lando Norris behind, and Charles Leclerc takes second. Bottom up to third, Yuki Tsunoda stays in fourth, but Lando Norris moving back into P5 at the yellow. In P6 with both Aston Martin running P7 and a Miyata who managed to go up into P9, which is obviously very, very positive, and hopefully Miyata will continue pushing and start improving. We've been told the rain should be coming in 10 minutes. That is going to be very surprising one. We didn't think it was going to come, but it is coming, that we need to be ready for it, and we've got the fan wings being broken off. I'm wondering what happened there. I can't see anyone who got a fan wing damage at the moment, but as of right now, Russell is chasing after Qualifier and also chasing after Nitomi Miyata, but Miyata managed to get his hand on Jack Dillon as he gone down the inside and take the P8, and he got Russell. We got Russell in the pit. He got a fan wing damage. Looks like it was Russell who got a broken wing that flamed off in a hairpin. That is so unfortunate for sure, Russell. And we now got a replay to find out what has happened. For sure, Russell, as you can see, going down the hairpin, it made the contact of Francois Torpedo. It's a rather error. It is a rather error. No one that fault. Let's be honest here, so Russell unfortunately just not seem to be himself this season so far, and Miyata, who ended up going quite deep and allowing Jack Dillon the opportunity to make the move going down the inside, he backed out, but Miyata was going to go on down the outside as he will get the better chance. And we're now on board with Lando Norris, who's in P5 chasing after Yuki Tsunoda, and we got the live timing. And in the hairpin going side by side with this is for sure versus the Isack Hadjar, and Hadjar had a very good exit and got himself ahead of this is for sure. And we got Bearman, who is now going to start making a move on this is for sure, going down the outside and cutting down. Oh! Champion and
okay, so that's a red flag, no overtaking, and let's get back into the pits, please.
Someone should crash into the wall of champion. What's it? Dillon. Oh no. Oh no. That was speaking about wall of champion. Someone crash. And they Jack Dillon in lap going to lap 4. Hit the back, and it's Francois Torpedo who got the word of it. So Dillon had a snap, hit into the wall, managed to save himself somehow, but Torpedo just ran and bang, straight into start of Dillon. That is not Francois' fault, absolutely nothing. How to determine this? Honestly, you can't determine that starts, and we'll start on soft, intimate, medium, and supposedly rain again, but the rain not gonna happen anyway. Hopefully this is what it's supposed to be for us. Let's get going. This is okay. As we now get ready for the race restart, as we now got away with Prix still in the lead, but Charles Leclerc with a fantastic start and show how Bortoletto goes lean wide into turn 2. Can Charles Leclerc take the lead? Yes, he does. What a start from the Charles Leclerc with Prix with behind the second plate. Lando Norris moved ahead of Bortoletto, moving into third, with Bortoletto down in fourth, Yuki fifth at the yellow shift, Esteban Ocon seventh, and Miyata in P8, with both Audi running P9 and 10. And the good news for any fan of Jack Dillon, he is still in the race, but he is going to struggle a lot because he's going to have so much lag on his car, because obviously with Qualifier hitting into side of Dillon, that is the underbody, side body, side pod, all of that, it pretty much damaged quite a lot. I'm surprised it upped him to continue one at Dr. Russell, who had the awful exit coming out of a hairpin, and that allowed Tim Tantley to turn back the head of George Russell. I'm very gutted with the performance of George Russell, where his teammate Miyata is doing an excellent job. I mean now got Miyata Yellow going down the wall of champion, but this one doesn't hit into the wall despite me saying it, which I think was the curse that end up making Jack doing hit into the wall. But other than that, everything's all good as we now got the rain started coming down, and it is exactly another time they were staying. It would have came down. So obviously I'm now in track to see what everybody's gonna do to Canada. We know when the race started, you have to get in to it's going to be bad. It's not going to be gentle, it is always going to be downpouring, so it's gonna be interesting to see what sort of strategy everybody's touching. With Miyata, who's still in rally PA, has decided to bot this lap along with several other drivers, and we've got Piatnik, who's unfortunately had a slow stop to the get his tyre out for the instrument tyre, and we've got Bortonactor, who's taking a while. Is that going to help someone to make a jump or not? Miyata popped on the instrument tyre, jumped out, and ahead of Gabby Bortonactor. This is a massive play for Miyata, but that is going to help him take the chance and try to finish inside top 5, but we do have Lando, Sonona, Torfor, Shire, Tradnet, and Nicola Tolov, who hadn't boxed it. So they are going to be slugging it on the tyre they are running with, so that's going to help out Miyata Shan to try and catch up and maybe move on a lot of places. I will drop Piatnik, who made his third overtake in the intern tyre on Nicola Tolov, and has been blocked by Tradnet. So now Piatnik needs to quickly get through as Charles Leclerc already gone par of Nicola Tolov, but for it now time for the rest of the bot this lap. Lando then call for Sonona. Everybody's gone in already, and we now got Carlos side popping out, Tradnet coming in. Miyata is now moving up into fourth place. That is now a massive deal for us at Miyata. Unfortunately went deep into turn 2, but should manage to get out ahead of the Bortonactor, which is good. So Miyata, all he needs to do is keep in control and try and maintain the P4, and what I can notice, the setup that they put on for Miyata seemed to help him in a straight line, which obviously very helpful as we continue making the good exit. But unfortunately on the bash line, with Bortonactor, who now making a move, but he backed down from Miyata, and Miyata goes back through and remain ahead of Bortonactor, and Bortonactor is not giving up, but we know that trying to make a massive overtake can be quite harsh on your tyre and potentially cause a big mistake, like what happened with Russell hitting the back of Qualifier, who basically barely done anything wrong. The mistakes are quite severe, despite that being a lie, and we don't listen for sure who's been locking up. But going down the hairpin by the outside, almost got part of Bortonactor, and that is what I'm talking about. If you try and make a hero overtake, you are likely to be making mistakes. We don't want that to happen, don't we? But listen for sure, somehow have managed to find the pace and get the head of Bortonactor. Are we seeing a completely different Listen for sure this weekend as he is driving incredible and putting himself into P5, overtaking what arguably could be third best car on the grid ahead of Brittany Motorsport, but Brittany Motorsport are clearly struggling just to be able to keep together and fight for top 5. Even Miyata doing that right now, but we've got our teammate Russell, who's not doing now. The world champion of last season is struggling this season, and we're now on board with Miyata, going to lap 20 into lap 21. Massive time locked to the top lane. It seemed to be on the piece of the Molotov bomb where the top team was dominating, and Piatnik, of course, be the man behind that, along with Yuki Tsunoda and Lando Norris. but this time around it's different driver, but of course still the same two, but with Charles Leclerc making up the party of 3. But now heading into lap 22, the Prix spotting to put a medium tyre and it's a double stack for McLaren with Lando Norris, who's spotting to put a new tyre on. It seemed a bit slow, but it seemed okay as they all got out. Prix still in the lead, Charles Leclerc, second, Lando Norris are pretty much coming out in third, and we now got Miyata along with everybody behind are coming in this lap. But will it be everyone? We can see Ferrari say now, don't know which Ferrari that could be. I think that Carlos decided to stay out. And we got Miyata, can he still be able to get ahead of Bortolotto? Yes, he does. And now is what we talked about. The pit stop absolutely had helped us big time. Imagine if that was not the case. We're going to be fighting for P8 rather, fighting for the P4. So I'm very happy with the strategy. Kind of worse style for Miyata, and this is for sure, unfortunately, it's been overtaken by Bortolotto, and it seems like the Ryder track is more advantage for Red Bull over the Audi, because Audi will quit in the lane. They would have got Miyata if Miyata didn't do his defending properly. But I have to give applause to this is for sure for being fantastic in the lane. But going down the hairpin, Bortolotto, Miyata fighting, and Miyata gone deep, allowing Bortolotto just there and running down the straight. And Miyata needs to try so close as possible so he doesn't lose the place. So this is for sure. Unfortunately, we do not have the Diana to help us down to return back to home. The Bortolotto are likely to run away now, and of course, being on a medium tyre helps them big time. The P9 and 10 are fighting for the place which is of Manfredini tyre and Damanoni. Pretty nice to see them having a fight for the P9, and we don't listen for sure, unfortunately. And now being overtaken by Isack Hadjar, and Hadjar don't need to move into P6. Hadjar is looking to catch Miyata, and now we are in a little bit of trouble, because I'm telling you that William on lap hit somehow, and in lap 27 Hadjar had now managed to get ahead of Miyata, and that is not helping us down big time whatsoever, and Miyata is now under there. But this is for sure, and we are trying our best to keep it together as we run quite a little bit deep, but we still managed to get out quite nicely, and hopefully think it where we're going to try to get back through on that Hadjar. But Hadjar actually has connected quite a lot of battery, so it makes it hard for Miyata to even be able to get ahead. Unfortunately, we're now heading into lap 28, and of course it was before horse racing, because it had Hadjar in P5 with Miyata P6 for sure, P7 and Ollie Bearman in P8. Those four are fighting for the last spot in the top 5, so it's going to be quite a big one to see how that's going to unfold. And we've got Miyata down the inside of the Hadjar, and now the great side by side with the Diana is going to be open for the Tony Miyata. No, yes it is, and Hadjar is now being left behind, and Miyata goes through and put himself back into P5, but unfortunately we get into straight line. It's going to be a big one, because Hadjar will have the best chance to return back ahead of Miyata, and we are trying to pull away and chasing down Bortolotto, but the gap is too far back for Miyata to Bortolotto, and here comes Hadjar going on the outside line, and he's going Miyata couldn't do anything but let him do it, and hopefully sit close to him for as long as he can and try to overtake once again later down the line. And behind him, this is for sure somebody really good race in P7 with Bearman P8, so they are having a positive racing. Of course, with Miyata and the team are being a little bit disconnected this season, and Miyata, we just seen him have a massive snap, and that not to help him whatsoever as he now lost a bit of a time. This is for sure locked up, this is locked up. Bearman takes the advantage as he draws near and takes the P7. That will be a big handout, but this is for sure as he would have got close to Miyata after his mistake. But unfortunately, Richard made a mistake, and now Bearman takes the advantage of it. And we got Corner shot, Joy shot by Sean, with Jack 12-4 as they now headed toward to the hairpin before they enter the back straight. Who's going to pop out ahead of one another, and it's going to be Corner shot ahead of Jack 12-4 and UT Sonona, who's unfortunately not having a good one as we are entering into lap 32. It now becoming 3-horse racing with Miyata, Hadjar and Bearman. This is for sure on nowhere to be seen. Bearman made a little bit of contact with Miyata, but nothing really bad come out of it, so that's okay. And Miyata is still close to Hadjar, but of course quickly mention about UT Sonona, who's down P12, where he was in top 5. But obviously his strategy didn't go his way, and it looked all the way to P12. He is not having a good one here at Canada, and that obviously it's not the same. It's the same. For sure, also, and Miyata is right between TR 17 and 18. And Piatli began the final lap of Canada, Leclerc, Sutton, Lando Norris in third. And the race is still not over. It's the final one. Lando Norris, he can still get ahead of Charles Leclerc and try and make it 1-2 McLaren. What can Lando Norris do? And we've got Miyata, who now slowly down on the Hadjar. Obviously, Miyata still not managed to get ahead of the Hadjar, and obviously what I believe is the advantage for her is the cooler, but the straight line speed is no longer helping her down because the downforce is no longer needed. And we got Miyata popping down the inside, making a move and get ahead of the Hadjar, and obviously you can clearly tell that both of their setup are completely different. Hadjar had more of a straight line, where Miyata had more of a cooler set up, which is similar to situations to Japan, and Piastri have topped the line and win the Canada Grand Prix with Leclerc. Still stayed in the second with Lando Norris in third, and behind we got Miyata popped down back through on the Hadjar. Very section that was, and we got Bearman, who is now trying to find a way to get through and try and see if he can get the last minute overtake and move into P5. And Miyata with a good exit, but no longer he now got no Diana out that Hadjar got the Diana, and he's gonna be able to bliss away with Bearman, who now popping down the inside, going toward the World Champion. But it's Miyata remain ahead, but not ahead of Hadjar. Peace.
And that's the end of the race. We'll see you in Parc Fermé.
Oh my god, it's so stressful with the weather change, strategy change. It is stressful, it is stressful.
And an award-winning day for Oscar Piastri as he takes the checkered flag and wins.
Well, that's 2 race wins in a row for them. I think they'll be really happy with that. I mean, 1 race win is great, but to have 2, you know that you've got it. You're a little bit more comfortable in your skin. This is a great sign of maybe what's to come next.
Well, it's been a long wait for many of our drivers, but the wait is always worth it. Bring them out to the awaiting crowd. It's time for our podium celebrations. They give out trophies for the winners. Today, they're Oscars. Your winner today, Oscar Piastri.
What a Canada Grand Prix. Strategy being fling everywhere, everybody, really different type of strategy. Some work, some didn't work. Piastri still win the all, Lando third, and Charles Leclerc second. And Piastri enjoyed the star running way in the championship, and so it McLaren in the construction championship. what we got in store in the Silverstone. So, thanks for watching. Please like and subscribe and make the video to do well. Be very appreciated, and peace out.